So what I want to talk to you about today is breakpoints and the difference between breakpoints and actively managed accounts. So when you have an actively managed account, what it is they're looking at bonds, stocks, different kinds of mutual funds, and they're actively managing those together, and then they're putting, say, maybe a 1% or 1.5% wrap fee around that. And what you're paying for is for them to keep their eyes on it and to actively manage it. But once you start getting, say, near $250,000, instead of doing a wrap account, an actively managed account, what you might want to look at is just going into one mutual fund company. It's not hard to figure out what are the top 10 performing mutual fund companies out there. You can do your own online research or you can talk to a financial advisor. So what I'm going to show you is with just a quick Google search, you can type in mutual fund breakpoints and the name of the company. It might be BlackRock, Vanguard, American Funds, Hartford Funds, JP Morgan, John Hancock, Federated Hermes, TIAA CREF, Fidelity, and the list goes on and on. But you can Google the name of that fund family and you can Google breakpoints and you can see how much do you have to qualify for each breakpoint. And we're going to use an example right now. I'm blotting out the name of the company because I could get in trouble because it makes it look like I'm recommending one mutual fund company over another. So we're going to call this company XYZ. Now look at these breakpoints. 100 to 250,000 only costs 3.5% to get in. 250 to 500,000 costs 2.5 to get in. 500,000 to 750,000 costs 2% to get in. 500 to 750,000 costs 2% to get in. 750,000 to 1 million costs 1.5. Now, every mutual fund company charges an internal trail, and that might be 0.2%, it might be 0.5%. So the mutual fund company is going to get paid to keep their lights on and to keep doing business. But the entry fee to get into those are cheaper the more money you put in up front. So let's say you have $500,000 to 750,000, and according to this website, the breakpoint is 2%. What that means is you're going to pay 2% to get in, and then the 0.5 or the 0.6 or whatever it is every year after that. Well, the longer you stay in that mutual fund family, that mutual fund company, and your money can be spread across different mutual funds in the mutual fund company, the longer you stay in there, the more money you're saving because you're no longer paying that actively managed fee. And you might say, well, the actively managed accounts by the financial advisors that have the different stocks and bonds and mutual funds and exchange traded funds, they're actively managing that at 1 to 1.5%. And I'm more pleased with that. I've gotten better returns with that. I'm more comfortable with that. Well, hey, listen, to each his own. I wouldn't say that one method is better than the other, but I don't think most people understand how this works. They're certainly not informed about it. So you would just have to make the decision, am I more comfortable with an actively managed account, or am I more comfortable going in and just using the exact same mutual fund company with different mutual funds within that company? But if you're stuck on, should I do the actively managed account or should I just go in on the same mutual fund company? What we do in finance is we do the 10-year look back. We say, hey, with this actively managed account with these assets and with these mutual funds and this mutual fund family, what has been the 10-year look back? Over the last 10 years, what has been the average return? Has it been an 8, a 9, a 10, 11, a 12, a 14? And that will help you understand which way you should go, actively managed or just go straight into the mutual fund family. I hope that makes sense to you, and if you have additional questions or if we sound like the kind of firm that you could see yourself working with, our contact info is in the body of the video.